On the West Country tonight, job losses in Bristol. Lloyds TSB sheds more staff from its West headquarters. Good evening. The West's economy is dominating our headlines tonight.
In a few days' time, the government will announce the results of its spending review. In the latest of our special reports, we hear how Bristol intends to cope with tighter budgets.
We have to try and do things better for less money, as everybody does in these circumstances. And we are very much seeking to protect vulnerable people.
Poppies on the hillside. The Royal British Legion launches its 2010 appeal alongside the famous Fovant badges.
And memories of the Charfield rail crash. 82 years on, the mystery of the two children killed but never identified.
We know nothing about these children. We know nothing now more than we knew 80 years ago. They were buried at Charfield under the names two unknown.
Today marks 82 years since a major rail disaster struck the South Gloucestershire village of Charfield. A mail train with 50 passengers on board collided with two others, killing 16 and injuring 23.
A new book is out today, inspired by the mystery and intrigue which still surround the crash. Dave Mason's been back to the village on its darkest anniversary.
This silent newsreel from October 1928 depicts the aftermath of the misty Saturday morning in Charfield, when a misread railway signal by the driver of the Leeds to Bristol overnight mail train led to a catastrophic triple collision, costing 16 lives.
What makes this disaster all the more poignant and mysterious is that two of the victims were thought to be children. Now, the ferocity of the blaze which engulfed the carriages here was so intense, their bodies were never positively identified. And tragically, despite worldwide appeals, nobody ever came forward to claim their remains.
Alan Hamilton is a local author who's fictionalised the tragedy in a new novel.
We know nothing about these children. We know nothing now more than we knew 80 years ago, except that the coroner's inquest couldn't identify them, and they were buried at Charfield under the names two unknown. It couldn't have happened today like that, but 80 years ago it was a very different world.
One of the only people still alive to witness the aftermath of the crash is 91-year-old Phyllis Portlock, who was 9 at the time.
On the Sunday morning, look, my uncle took me down to see it. One engine was slanting up and the other was leaning into it. And then he took me up round to the bridge, and that's where I seen the boot. Whether the body had been thrown up on the bridge and the boot had come off, you know, but it was left there. I could always hear the hissing that was coming from the engines where they were so hot looking when they'd spray it with water.
Adding further to the veil of mystery are local tales of a woman dressed in black who every anniversary until well into the 1950s used to arrive here in a chauffeur-driven limousine and stand silently paying her respects.
They often wondered if that woman that had come in this black car, whether it was ever anything to do with them two children that got killed. Then the rumour got around and wondered if it was anything to do with royalty, you know.
This mystery is no closer to being solved than it was 82 years ago.
It's no coincidence that part of this children's play area is built in the style of a steam train, commemorating the sad events of the past while celebrating the new generation in the village. This is Dave Mason in Charfield for the West Country Tonight.
After us,